Ladies and gentlemen, I need for you to put your screen on full view. Please put your screen on full view. This is EBMN2K, aka That Jolly Rancher, aka Pretty Ricky, what they call me, and aka the King of Receipts. I welcome you to my channel with the same name. I would like to send a shout out to my new subs who may have heard about me from other fellow YouTubers. I welcome you, and you are going to enjoy yourselves here. I want to send a special shout out to my loyal day ones who have upgraded their membership and got their badges and or have supported my efforts via Super Chat and Cash App and PayPal. And lastly, shout out to my shadow watchers who listen to me from the bushes or up in the clouds. I understand you may be cooking, driving, working out, or at work, and I appreciate that you're at least here kicking it with me. If you're away from your phone, computer, or laptop, and you're liking what I do while multitasking, I ask that you send a small Super Chat or Cash App donation during the premiere or while watching the playback to let me and the chat room know that you're here and you're rocking with us. The Super Chat button is in the chat room right under the chat room window. And my Cash App handle is $EBMN2K. That's $EBMN2K. This show of appreciation will go a long way in inspiring me to continue teaching and entertaining others on this YouTube channel. Now, make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and set that notification bell to all. Again, this is EBMN2K, and I welcome you, and I hope that you enjoyed this presentation. Peace. This is EBMN2K. So it's year 2003. And EBMN2K is at the top of his game at the consulting firm that I was working at the time. I had already been promoted to project manager and led multiple teams in successful multi-million-dollar contracts. But here's the problem. All the real big money was going towards my bosses, who were the founding partners of the firm, and they were not about to split that candy. After writing so many client proposals for them and seeing how much money they were making, charging the client twice as much as they were paying me, I knew too much. I knew too much about how the game was played for me to keep being taken advantage of. I knew where the big money was. That candy, that lick, that Jolly Rancher really lies. Big money does not lie in working twice as hard or working multiple jobs. No, ma'am. No, sir. No, ma'am. No, sir. In this capitalistic society that we call America, the lick is making money off of others. I repeat. In this capitalistic society that we call America, the lick is making money off of others. It's the American way. It is the premise of how this country was created. Wealth growth from the exploitation of slaves and from taking land from others on the cheap and living off its growth in value. So it is at this point in my career in 2003 that I had just started this knowledge and swag that I have today by peeping out what this game called life was really about. Now, at the same time, I had two of my close friends who were at the same place that I was in their careers. One of my friends was a slick-talking attorney. The other was an executive IT professional. The attorney that we would call Alan and I were closer, and we had working capital to start our own company. My other friend that we would call Dan was a mid-level manager at Microsoft Corporate, and he was my connect to get small project management jobs to get me started on generating income. We also worked on collaborative efforts to obtain government contracts. Well, in the summer of 2004, we decided to pursue big-time government contracts. I had the project management experience. My partner had the gift of gab, and Dan, with his Microsoft backing, gave us credibility. We co-bid with a major primary contractor that we will call BCB for now, for multi-million-dollar IT projects. Now, this particular project was a government project that required a 50-50 split between the primary contractor and a minority-owned company who met the qualifications and standards. Since we met those standards in background experience and in insurance and working in capital, we wanted to form a long-term partnership with BCB to go after this project and projects later on. So we talked with the major contractor on the phone in multiple conference calls for weeks, just to get to know each other. But after these weeks of talking on the phone, it was time to meet in person. So BCB invited us to visit them for a face-to-face meeting and introduction. Oh, we were excited because we had made rounds in the conference call. So the follow-up face-to-face was just going to be easy like Sunday morning, because all three of us had mad game in 3 different ways. So we couldn't lose, yo. We couldn't lose. We were ready to play the game, y'all. Yes, we were ready to play. Well, you won't believe what happened next. Nope. Now go and get your popcorn. So we touched down by flight to go meet with company BCB in hopes of officially teaming up to pursue government contracts. We took a cab to our hotel that was next to their building first to freshen up, and then we walked next door to BCB headquarters for our meeting. We make it there on time, but noticed that BCB's team was kind of scrambling to get prepared. And later they informed us that they were waiting for the VP of operations to get in from a client visit, but his flight had been delayed and our meeting was pushed back 2 hours. Of course, we were disappointed, but we decided to walk back to our hotel and just chill in the hotel lobby and wait for the call to come back to the meeting when the VP arrives. In the lobby was a small bar with an attractive female bartender. All 3 of us are big-time flirts, so we made it over to the bar with competition on our mind to see who can pull the bartender first. Well, this bartender had bad game too. She was telling us about all these sex stories on how she swings and how she goes to private Voyager clubs where people watch her and her boyfriend have sex. Man, she had all of us on hard and throwing back Hennessy like it was water. She had us intrigued, yo. About an hour went by and my phone rang. It was BCB, and they said the VP was now in and they were ready to meet. I said, cool. I got up to close out the bill and to head back over to their office. So I stood up, y'all. I stood up and I almost fell down. I was like, oh my God. I done sat up here listening to this girl run her mouth and I got lit off of some Hennessy, yo. I done got lit off some Hennessy. My boys got up and they noticed the same thing about themselves. Here we are, about to go into a meeting with a potential prime contractor as a partner, and we all tipsy off of Hennessy, y'all. Y'all, this was some sad nigga shit right here. How was I going to explain to my family how I lost out on a multi-million-dollar opportunity because I accidentally got drunk listening to a bartender tell us about sex stories? Man, you gots to be more careful. You gots to be more careful. Anyway, man, we took a deep breath, said a small prayer, and we headed over to BC's office to get it on. So now we're in the elevator, headed up to the office to have the meeting. We all looking at each other disappointed. My boy Alan, the attorney with the gift of gab, says, look, man, at this point we drunk, but we ain't got nothing to lose. Just let me handle it. I got y'all. Just follow my lead. Ding, ding, ding. The elevator stops at the company's floor, and we walk out the elevator into the office. The receptionist leads us to the conference room. My boy Alan, the attorney, is walking like George Jefferson, all fast with his arms swinging back and forth like he running this shit. When we get in the conference room, Alan sits at the head of the table, yo. The head of the table. That nigga sat at the head of the table as a visitor like he ain't give a fuck. Do y'all remember the VP of Ops that flew in late? When he came in, he had to sit at the side of the table next to Alan because Alan didn't get up from the head. I'm like, oh my God, is that what we doing today? Well, this meeting began and we made introductions and we gave an overview of our background and qualifications. After general introduction, the client wanted to get to the nitty-gritty and asked us why should they partner with us as their minority sub. Now, this is where Alan took over. He leaned back in his chair with a Cheshire cat grin and started playing politics. Now, even though we had an inside connect, we couldn't say we had an inside connect. We couldn't give no first name, no last name, no department, no nothing. So Alan had to talk in code. He leaned back and said, now listen, there is a reason why we're here today, okay? There is a reason why we're here. Wink, wink. Alan kept talking in code for about 35 minutes, y'all. And remember, he was lit off of Hennessy too. But to be honest, he did a good job despite being drunk and messing up on cliches. For instance, he said, look, if this partnership doesn't work out, we would just have to accept the fact that sometimes in life, that's how the cookie bounce. No, Alan. No, Alan. That's how the ball bounce and the cookie crumbles. Two different cliches, bruh. But we know what you meant. And you did well. I hope you're enjoying this presentation. I would like to send a shout out to those who are currently making donations in the chat room and chopping it up with the other subs. I would also like to send a special shout out to those who are making donations while listening up in the YouTube clouds or in the YouTube bushes. I understand that you're probably cooking, cleaning, driving, working, or working out. So I appreciate the donations that you're sending in to represent your presence in this premiere and to show your appreciation for my work and efforts. Again, I thank you. My donation information is on the screen right now. My Cash App handle is $EBMN2K. That's $EBMN2K. My PayPal handle is paypal.me/EBMNTWOK. That's paypal.me/EBMNTWOK. This is EBMN2K, and I thank you for your time and enjoy the show. Next up is my boy Dan, who was at the time a mid-level manager at Microsoft Corporate. Believe it or not, Dan has more gift of gab than Alan and me combined. Dan is from Detroit, and if you know about anyone from Detroit, is that they are the hustlingest ass people I have ever met in my life. People from Detroit would try to out-hustle a buy one, get one free Whopper at Burger King. Instead of selling for $2, they would spend 30 minutes slick talking to the manager to try to get $3. Now, Dan was spearheading a minority contract initiative at the time with Microsoft. His goal was to partner with minority contractors like myself to bid together with teams so that he could bring in Microsoft platforms to be implemented in IT projects. He explained all of this to our proposed primary contractor, company BCB, in detail. While explaining some of his work, he kept referring to a team member by the name of Bill. It was a lot of Bill this, Bill that. When I talk to Bill, this, I share Bill's thoughts. This is what Bill thinks. Now, I'm a little dumbfounded here because I work with Dan on a lot of projects, and I don't recall this Bill that he speaks of. I do not know why he continues to talk about this mystery Bill. Now, this is where the ebb in my mind starts talking to the 2K in my mind. It goes a little something like this. Hey, Eb, what's up, 2K? What up with your boy, man? He talking crazy, yo. I mean, what is we doing? What is we doing? Who is this Bill, yo? Eb, man, I don't know. Like I said, man, I worked on all kind of projects with him, and I don't remember no Bill. 2K, man, y'all done got drunk way too much off that Hennessy, man. Your boy Allen over there messing up cliches. Your boy Dan making up fake employees. And nigga, you got slog coming out your mouth right now. Wipe your mouth, nigga. This is a shit show and a hot mess. What you got to say about this, Eb? Eb, man, you right. I can't say nothing. And this Miss Dan talking about right now about a make-believe Bill is throwing me for a loop. Hell, the only Bill I know at Microsoft is a... Oh, my God. What the fuck? What the... Wait. I know this nigga ain't up here trying to play like he the right-hand man to Bill Gates, is he? I know he ain't talking about Bill Gates. Holy shit. Holy shit. This nigga, that's what this nigga doing, yo. He trying to act like he the right-hand man and that him and Bill Gates are boys. Oh my God, man. Oh my God, man. This is a clown show, yo. Make it stop, somebody. Please make it stop. I can't take no more fuckery today. How much fuckery can a man take, y'all? How much? How much? Finally, after a couple more slick references to Bill Gates, my boy Dan finally ended this tomfoolery. Well, this meeting had reached a Barnum and Bailey circus level, y'all. And guess who was up for the closing? That's right. That's right. EBMN2K. Now, the primary contractor was presenting to us now. And as I noted before, the project that we were co-bidding for required a 50-50 split between the primary contractor and the subcontractor. So now they were going to show us how this 50-50 split was going to play out. Now, put your screen on full view, please. I need for you to put your screen on full view. Now, this is a listing of personnel that would staff the operations. As noted, they are listed by pay rate, with the lower rated jobs at the top and the higher rated jobs at the bottom. So, you know, I'm ready for their ass now, y'all. I already got my calculator, my pen, and notepad ready for the fuckery that was about to come. Because remember, EBMN2K is the king of receipts. So as you can see on screen, here's the listing of the IT jobs on the project, right? The manager of BCB goes to explain how they're going to split this thing up 50-50, where we get the jobs on the top of the list, and they get the jobs on the bottom of the list. Y'all, now let me share something personal with y'all. I can take a lot of things from people. There are a lot of times where I just let people do and say things to me where I just let it slide. I let people live in a lot of cases. But the one thing that sets me off and is my biggest pet peeve is someone trying to play me for a motherfucking fool, yo. Do you hear me? Do you hear me? I can't stand someone trying to play me like I'm Boo Boo the fool. If you're going to try to play EBMN2K for a fool, you going to catch it, bro. Yeah, you going to catch it. You going to catch it from me. Now, if you look at this list, all the low-wage jobs are at the top. And all the high-wage jobs are at the bottom. Now, I have over a decade of understanding pay rates and the profit margins they bring when you assign them to a client. Low-wage jobs yields low profit margins. High-wage jobs yield high profit margins. Yes, the count of jobs that he was portraying is 50-50, but the way he proposed to break them out would yield a profit breakout of about 70% to 30%, with 70% of the profit going to them. I pointed out this obvious finding to them in my classic sarcastic tone, but they understood my point. I also expressed that me and my boys were not some run-of-the-mill niggas to be taken advantage of, but that we were smart individuals despite our drunken state. Especially EBMN2K. Because at the end of the day, EBMN2K is smarter than the average bear. So we eventually wrapped up the meeting, exchanged contact info, and headed back to the hotel. We walked right by that bar where we got drunk at and didn't even look at it like it was the plague. I got to my room, flopped on the bed, and looked up to the ceiling and started thinking about what had just transpired and how this would ultimately affect my livelihood and career. Thoughts of everything weighed heavy on my mind, and I eventually fell asleep from all the weight. Brrring, brrring, brrring. My cell phone rang. It was the prime contractor, BCB. One of the account managers was calling us to inform that their attorney was going to call us soon to get our personal info for a background check to approve our partnership. We did it, y'all. We were official. We were going to be a team. About a month later, we co-bid for the project, and guess what? We won it. Our subcontractor portion of the project was estimated $1.4 million a year for 5 years, yo. We did it. We actually hit that lick after hitting that Hennessy. Can you believe that, y'all? We hit that lick after hitting that Hennessy. Don't that beat all? Well, that's my story time in year 2003. What a time to be alive. What a time to be alive. This is your boy, EBMN2K. Peace, and I'm out.